Welcome back, YouTube, to our channel. It's the brown boy with the broad vision.
And the small girl with the big smile.
And we're back. Let's get into this video. And hopefully this video will be much less cheesy than today's intro. Welcome back to What's the Matter Coaching. Oscar here.
Crystal.
And today's topic is going to be the layers of your being. Okay, spiritual metamorphosis. What this means for us on our path to become more and more of ourselves.
Before we start, Oscar, don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel, hit like on Instagram and Facebook, and if you like this message, you feel free to share all over the social media. And I will be asking questions throughout the whole explanation because we are learning here. I'm learning, teach, learn, teach. And if any, it could be something that you have doubt and I just brought into light and it's clarifying, you understand more.
So she's going to be asking questions to add emphasis to everything that's being spoken in this video so you can understand in regards to your own journey, because this video is in general for all of you out there who are starting to break down the layers of who you are and integrating the full scope of consciousness. Let's get it. So today's video, let's go ahead and jump into this. So we have here the layers of your being. And so to understand layers, we have layers of a cake, layers of your hair, and layers of an onion, right? When you peel an onion, you start seeing its deeper core, okay? That more profound truth to be embodied, that next level internal depth, which then when you bring forth, shows itself as a deep-seated state of awareness and consciousness in regards to creation itself. This is also known as enlightenment, right? All the answers are within. The more you dig within yourself, the more you go deeper into this present moment right now, the more you recognize your true capacity, and then you're able to bring that forth into your reality to express onto everybody else. So, for those of you who are on this path, let's understand how these layers are unleashed. Let's understand how we can start to access these layers, these perspectives, which are deeper than our surface level incarnation on Earth, okay? Because we incarnate with this beautiful personality that we're here to develop, to learn from, and to use to express to the world. We start off as babies and then we create this personality. But the thing with the personality is that this personality becomes very rigid and limited due to the structures that currently exist within our society and within our world. So, what becomes the layers of your being unleashed? So as you start to peel the layers of this ego personality that you've created, you start stripping away the limitations and fears that were before present in your everyday life. This is known as your habits, the way you usually think, your thinking patterns, the way you feel about things, the way your belief systems are cultivated by your parents, what they projected onto you or society. And so, as you can see, everyone's going to have something different to strip away. Mm-hmm. But in essence, what's happening here is that you're becoming more and more empty. Okay, you're becoming empty of what is unpure, empty to what is limited, so you can start accessing the unlimited. You can start accessing the free flow of infinite creation within you.
So the source can flow through you.
Exactly. And when source starts to flow through you, also known as opening the crown, you then become a greater degree of God consciousness, a greater degree of the creator expressed in human form.
A co-creator.
A co-creator, also known as the higher self. So this happens gradually a lot of the time through a linear time frame, only because we are understanding ourselves on this journey. It's a journey again. And we're stripping away, we're letting go of the bodily attachments, we're disciplining the mind, and we're surrendering our thought streams so we can really become present in this moment. And as we start to do these more and more, we start to then identify within our lives with a greater dimension of consciousness. You see, a lot of the times we start off again with the ego construct that is very surface level. We don't look very deep into things or go into the present moment now to dissect what's the origin of what is happening within us.
That's why suffering.
That's why the suffering comes.
Suffering, yes.
That's what brings suffering. The reason why you suffer is because you have yet to find the deeper lesson to be learned, the deeper blessing to go ahead and enlighten yourself with, so you can live and enjoy life. Okay, because it's beautiful, and learn from it. Because when you're seeing from this deeper place within yourself, your true space, you recognize all is well. and that you are learning all the lessons necessary for your own ego personality construct
and
evolution to go ahead and organize your true divinity within. Okay, it takes the breaking down, the loving, and the integrating of your light and dark and your shadows to then bring forth the brightest light within.
To put the puzzle together.
To put the puzzle together. That's essentially what we're doing. So as you can see, there's many different ways of interpreting this. Putting the puzzle pieces together, discovering the layers of your being. And so now we want to talk about the layers. What do these new layers, these new perspectives look like? Because with a new perspective, you're then tapping into a new perspective. Okay? Wait, did I say that twice?
I thought a new perspective, now we're trying to.
Okay, yeah, I said that twice. So by going ahead and learning a new perspective, you are then coming into a new dimension of consciousness. Okay, you move from the surface, and then you go into a deeper level, and then a deeper level,
like a
and
ladder.
then a deeper level, and again, you can see it as a staircase, right, into greater dimensions of consciousness, higher consciousness. But you can also see this as an inwards momentum, going inwards, and it looks like it's going down, right? But it's deeper and deeper. So however it feels more comfortable for you, this is how you can view your own growth. Okay, it just depends which one you see, or you can take both of them, and you can feel what depth feels like, and depth then equals growth, higher dimensions of consciousness. Okay, so how do we dive into this hole of depth? Okay, question.
Analyzing what you were saying.
When we strip away the ego, the personality, we are left with permission within ourselves. We can then allow ourselves to discover that we don't have to be just Oscar and Crystal. Okay? So then to get rid of our fears, now I'm going to share a personal experience, is that a lot of the times my higher self, my higher guidance, the universe, God, would give me signs telling me, be the light and the way. Be a hero to humanity. And I would look at myself and say, well, if you're scared right now as Oscar about what you're facing and going through in life, maybe if you identify with a greater self, the archetypal self, a lot of the times we can use archetypes to empower us. Again, and that empowerment lifts you with that new perspective into the next level of consciousness. Okay? So as I was able to do that in my experience, and I saw hero, I saw light, I said, you know what? I am going to be a hero.
So you use archetypes to uplift yourself.
Uplift yourself. And what's happening is that you are becoming these archetypes. Yes, these greater degrees of perspective and understanding, you're literally becoming the living embodiment.
It could be even a person that you look for and you say, oh wow, like that you admire. You can use it as a reference, not becoming them, but use it what it serves you from that person that that person has, and apply it to you.
Exactly. So another way to see this is that use the essence of what empowers you and become the essence. You don't have to become and mimic someone else and what they're doing, because no one's light shines you as unique as yours, because you're a unique light yourself. Okay? So you can just take what resonates and then apply that shine, that essence to your essence, so that you can shine brighter. So this is what it looks like. You start to use this light to break down your fears. You see, you become stronger when you say, you know what, I'm a hero. I'm here to bring light on earth. Than when we're thinking, I'm Oscar and I currently live in Miami, Florida, and
I'm not enough.
Yeah, and I'm not enough. And right now, currently with my situations, let's say I can't really be traveling all around the world. You see how limiting that is? Instead of empowering yourself to the point of, actually, my name's Oscar and I have the ability to travel all around the world as a hero, as a being of light, manifesting and creating my reality. You see, there's two different states of how you can look at your own situation and play with this. View your life. And where are you getting caught in the limitation of your own words? How do you speak to yourself? Do you speak to yourself from the place of a puny human, right? From lack, right? Or do you speak to yourself from a place of, I am a bringer or warrior of light. I am here as an expression of creation to uplift humanity. Whoa. If I tell myself that in the morning, guess what? That day is going to be
amazing.
Amazing. You're intending greatness for yourself. Essentially, this is what happens. You're intending greatness for yourself, and therefore you become great.
And by you uplifting yourself, then you can uplift others.
And also, let's talk about this energetically. The more you begin to uplift yourself, I've said this in previous videos, you begin to change your core vibrational state, your energy. You change your core energy, because that new archetype, that greater perspective, then becomes a habit. And something that becomes a habit, like a perspective, that becomes a state of being. Now your state of being is that constant and permanent perspective of universal consciousness. So let's say, for example, that you start to train yourself to see everyone as yourself. They are another expression of the Creator. If you do that long enough and you empower yourself to connect in that way, then it's going to reach a point within yourself where you're going to start to be that unification of you being the Creator here, walking in human form as a little mini Creator, co-creating with the universe, with the entire world.
That's why sometimes we start with affirmations and setting intentions until that is in your system, in your program. So you're already that, and you're not going to need to repeat over and over again the affirmation or the intention.
A lot of the times you hear reprogram your subconscious mind. Yes, that's just training your own consciousness to no longer be limited. Okay? Because our conscious mind has been trained again by society, by the structures in place to make us feel like we're limited human beings. Lack-based. And so we never allow ourselves to identify as a hero, as the main character of the movie that we call life. We identify with the guy walking across the street in a movie. Come on now. You are an expression of the Creator. Identify as such. And that does not mean I stay stuck to the identity. No. Do not stay stuck to the identity. Again, find the identity that resembles a state that you want to embody. Grab the essence of it and become the essence. You see a very loving person that's a humanitarian and that's always giving back to charities? Well, maybe that's a sign to go ahead and for you to grasp that essence of humbleness, that essence of giving. Now you become humble in giving. And you create that abundance in your life of giving and then receiving. You reap and you sow. This is the spiritual metamorphosis. We're going from a caterpillar, which is the puny human, the small perspectives and unhealed portions of your consciousness, which allow you to become sad, irritated, frustrated, and not finding the greater lesson in life. And that leaves you as a caterpillar. And you know how beautiful a caterpillar gets once it transforms into a butterfly. I know all you motherfuckers want to fly, right? So let's fly. Let's grow our wings, and by growing your wings, you are extending your consciousness to be open and free. Again, these portions that are required from our behalf is to have an open mind, to allow from the crown, right, source to flow through you, to initiate that compassion and love, so you can really not only become aware of the unity that is everything, but actually feel the unity with every other human being by connecting with them with love. If you identify with love, you see that love has no limitation. It's always free and ever expanding. He has unconditional love, not the limited human love that a lot of us try to attach to within relationships. And you see, this video is, I guess you could say, a permission slip for all of you who are watching this. A permission to go ahead and unlock that next stage, which is the butterfly stage. To start flying, start realizing yourself, taking that leap of faith. Because the only reason right now that you haven't become that greater version, that greater perspective, that greater dimension of consciousness,
that butterfly
flying is only because you haven't allowed it for yourself. Maybe because since it's never happened before, you feel like it cannot be true. But that's only the ego construct that you grew up with, your personality that's saying, oh man, what's on the other side? What's on the other side of the unknown? You see, the personality is afraid of going into the unknown. Well, now you know. We're here, express this message, you get the message, and now it is to give yourself permission so you can go ahead and make the unknown known, that it's okay. And now the only reason you're scared is because of the personality. But guess what? When you take that leap of faith into a greater perspective, the unknown becomes comfortable. The unknown is then understood to be the continuous depths of your being, the layers of your being unleashed.
That's the staircase.
Yeah, that staircase into more of yourself. With every step that you take by inquiring within, deeper and deeper. And not only inquiring, but realizing what has been acquired by going internally, right? All these concepts, all these ideas, all these perspectives are just giving you the opportunity to shift. As you can see, what we talk about in these videos are very open, and our intention is to go ahead and lead you very close to the realization that you are in infinite potential and possibilities. And by staying here, very present, watching these videos, you then begin to grasp it to the point where you become a new program. You become a new player. You become a creator in your game of life. Allow yourself to go. Allow yourself to flow. Okay?
Empower yourself.
Empower yourself. This could be said to be an empowerment video, right? Because the layers of your being are infinite. But let's make that casual. That's what we're here for.
Yes.
We're here to express it casually. Yes, it's okay. Creation is infinite, and human beings have been time and time coming to Earth to learn the lessons necessary. Last thing I want to say, I just reminded myself there, you see?
And I want to say something.
So, on this path of a human being, you've come time and time again, more than likely, to be a human, to learn the lessons, and you've died and come back again to learn the same lessons. Well, here in this video, you now know you have permission to go ahead and learn all the lessons necessary. Use all the archetypes that you can, the hero, the light, to help you, so you can go ahead and transcend those limitations, learn the lessons, and move on into the next stage.
Yes, and anything that makes you feel less is not you. Choose the opposite.
Yep, that's a great way. When you're going your journey, if you ever feel less, if you ever feel lower, then where's the progression there? Something is not in alignment. Dig deeper. You've heard this before. Dig deeper. Keep looking. Keep seeking for the clues. Don't give up. And here's where faith comes in. Oh yeah, faith. Another way of understanding faith is a constant belief in yourself up until the point of succession. Faith, the continuous belief in yourself up until the point of succession. Because the more you believe in yourself and you don't stop, the more you become that belief of who you believe to be.
Say it again.
Okay, you got me there.
No, say it again. Say it
So,
again. I like a quick question. Octave. Can you explain really quick in a short definition what is octave, so for those who don't understand can have clarification?
Okay, so octave can be known to be as a next level state. And for example, like a staircase. The staircase reaches one floor, and there we have surface level. And then you go on the next staircase, and it takes you to the second floor. That second floor will be the next octave of your being, a next level expression. So Jesus, they say in the book that he referred to the Father as that higher portion of God. You see, he himself was the embodiment, the Son of God, right? But he would always say, Father, thank you, Father. Oh, Father, why has this happened? So I want you to go ahead and see how the fact that he was embodying higher states of God consciousness within him being the Son of God, he still referred to that next level octave of expression known as that God force, that Father, in reference to him, where he was at. So he was right here as a portion of consciousness, but guess what? It was a respect to that next level which he admired and which he knew was that guiding force that was with him, one with him, the universe flowing with you, the universe having your back. Love you guys. Let's do this. Let's evolve.
Let's evolve.
We're here now. See you in the next video.